Hello from Greens with Envy Homestead. Just a quick walkthrough. If these tomatoes ever catch up with the plants, we'll have something. Need some good healthy plants. Okay. Garlic heads. This is a wild flower up here. It's got to be related to a marigold, so I've been reluctant to pull them up because marigolds are so good in the garden. Turnip greens, turnips. So I think this is cilantro here. I'll let you know in a minute. Oh, that's definitely cilantro. Wow. Okay. Woo! Picked a bad time to eat a cilantro. You'll notice the weeds in here. There's a reason for that. We don't use synthetic fertilizers in the first place, but a lot of you don't have a choice in your environment, backyards or whatever. I say a lot of you. Beets, lots of beets. There's a verse in the Bible that says, let the weeds grow up with the tares grow up with the wheat, for exactly how it says. So I'm going to elaborate on that in just a minute. These, I believe, are cucumbers. Tammy planted a whole bunch of them in a planter over there. Like 50 of them in one. And that little fella, get out. Let me put that in the ground real quick. Anyway, so I thinned them out. And I got thinking, well, it is a vine. It should be fairly hardy. So why don't we just try to pull them up and dig them deep, kind of like I do with the tomatoes. Get the majority of that stem underground. So it's kind of an experiment. I'll get back with you and let you know how that worked out. Bermuda is not the weed I'm talking about. Bermuda is a curse on every gardener. Had my way, it would be banished from the face of the planet. See this little weed right here? This is what's called, it's got several different names. We know that's lamb's quarter. But this has got common name of swamp pepper. And I'm sure it's got seeds because it's so propagated around here. But the leaves are just about as hot as that serrano. Serrano? Yeah, serrano. That I just ate. So we're going to put some of that up this year. Leaves are easy to dry. I bet they'll make a super good pepper. So in other words, you dry the leaves, grind it up and make some kind of pepper, but seasoning like you would do with lots of other stuff. Okay, you see what I'm doing here? I'm leaving that stem kind of lay long. Again, these are cucumbers, so we like to plant them up against a row crop, but we're going to try it. We're just going to try it. So, back to weeds. You see the root ball of the weed. If you'll think about it, these weeds were designed to do one thing. God created them to pull up minerals from deep in the ocean, in the soil base. And when the plant gets tall, like these lamb's quarter here, they'll get 5 and 6 feet tall. So that's 5 and 6 feet of plant material that you can use for fertilizer. So what I do is I take the majority of the root ball, which that's the most dense part, concentrated of minerals and actually fertilizer of the plant. So I just, again, not Bermuda, shake off the good dirt off of it right on top of the plant. And so now you got a combination. You got the great nutrients from the root ball, and you also have, once the plant dies and goes back to Mother Earth, it'll replace from whence it came. So, but getting back to the raising the weeds with the tares, kind of a twofold thing. It didn't really elaborate in the Bible verse. I should have looked it up, I guess. Didn't really elaborate, probably because it was more common knowledge back then, and they didn't have to elaborate. So I'm going to try to elaborate and explain it, and that would be when if you're very familiar with gardening, you know what understory is. Understory is, sorry, it's hot and sweaty and muggy out here. This is understory. This is the stuff that grows. Man, we must be in the tropics. Look at all these. See ginger and the stuff I brought back from Florida. Mike Tisdale gave us. Staghorn. Anyway, understory. And there's the story. There's the tree. So, if you will treat your weeds, like my beautiful bride, you'll treat your weeds like the cover for the young tender plants, and that they're the understory. And once you get them dug up, get the plants established, then you can dig up the weeds and do what I'm doing here to get them to be a cover crop until the plants are strong, and then fertilizer once they're established and you don't need the weeds anymore. So we're kind of letting our weeds do their thing this year, and we'll get back. We can let you know how that worked out for us, but I'm pretty confident it's going to be a successful routine, and we'll probably do from here on out, because after thinking about it, it just makes sense that you're feeding the plants that you want and you're using the weeds that you don't want. The Bermuda that we have in here right now is from little bitty, when we tilled this up, we tilled Bermuda under, and every place you put in a garden and Bermuda's there, it's just like planting Bermuda seeds. What you got to add to it, honey? This is Swiss chard. Starting to take off too, pretty good. She's afraid I'm going to put her on camera. She's got her gardening clothes on. We're not going to do that right now. Anyway, let me know what you think about my theory here. And so I got two things going on: the weeds for feed, fertilizer, and cover, and also these cucumbers, burying them up to their, I haven't pulled off some of the lower branches of the.
You didn't plant this berry yet.
I didn't plant what, honey? Oh, I didn't, did I? Okay. Peppers are doing pretty good. Oops, walking on stuff. See new little seed heads. Kind of a second cover. I have to get with her and find out what those are. Some banana peppers. Still babies yet. Alright. Thanks for watching. You know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Cardboard's your friend. Don't be afraid to put it in your garden. Let's see if I can see a good reason why. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh my. So cardboard is our friend. Come on, little buddy. I'll put you back under there. There you go. Alright. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Share with your friends. Woo, I got some weeding to do there. See you down the road.